Hello ladies and gentlemen, grime lords and all, welcome back to my channel. I got another yapping video. We got 3 more topics I'm going to talk about, and so let's talk about those. Alright, so today's topics are, let me just find real quick, the worst things that have ever happened to me, that's number 1. Number 2, drinking and other drugs. And number 3, working. And if I can find the time or just the other topics just don't fill the video enough, I will talk about those. But those are our topics. Let's get into the first one. So the first topic is the worst thing that has ever happened to me. Now there's a lot of things that have happened to me that I really hate. And my life has been one filled with misery and chudness, to say the least. But this one just takes the cake, and it all starts in middle school. So I think it'd be fair to say this was in 7th grade to 8th grade. This was right after COVID hit, so 7th grade for me was dealing with COVID, getting through school as wearing masks and shit. And along this time, I meet this new girl, and she was amazing. She was the love of my life, the first actual real crush that I had, and I was really into her, and we were great friends. I think that's the best thing about this, is that, we didn't go straight to talking and being like that. We were friends for a while, but it was fair to say that I had feelings for her a while and most of the year. And the entirety of my 7th grade, I didn't do anything. I didn't pursue it because, well, I have no confidence. Okay, I can't talk to women. That's weird. And for a bit of it, she was already talking to somebody else. And I remember I was telling one of my homies about this, and he was like, "Oh, just talk to her." And I remember one time we were sitting down with her, my boy, and his girl at lunch, and he brought it up, and I felt so embarrassed. I feel bad about this now, but I slid out from under that table and I went to another table, because it was like those school lunch tables that they're like one big table and then like 2 benches on the sides that fold in, right? But I slid away from that. And anyways, all 7th grade, I don't say anything. But then we get to 8th grade, and this is very different to me. 8th grade, I actually started talking to her, started hanging out a little bit more, and we actually asked each other out. We actually became quote-unquote girlfriend and boyfriend, and for me at the time, I was like, hell yeah, finally that happened, and I didn't even have to do too much. So, me and her, we start hanging out and, doing anything we can together, and we talk for about a week or 2, and then about 2 weeks in the relationship, I get sick, so I miss an entire week of school. And then the week after, she moves to California. Yeah, after about a year or so of not expressing my feelings to her, and then about 2 weeks of being together, she moves to a completely different state, and I lived in Texas at the time, so, California's pretty fucking far away, and oh my gosh, that was just fucking bummer, dude. I stayed single for about 8 months to the entire year, pretty much. Because I was like, oh, she's got to be coming back, dude. But then, just as the time went on, I lost hope, and I lost confidence that I was ever going to see her again, which is just so fucking tough, dude. And I was like, damn, it's something that I've always just kind of processed, and I'll be like, that really fucking happened to me, dude. That's crazy. Anyways, that's probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me, and I just look back on it so miserably. Anyways, next topic. Alright, so the next topic is drinking and other drugs. So of course, drinking alcohol. I've been known and enjoy sometimes popping up a little cold one and having myself a time, getting a little bit tipsy, and also, spend a good bit of time partaking in other activities that I will not go into right now. But yeah, I like drinking. Me, I have a neurotypical mind, a one that likes to do different things from the others, and so I'm not the best in social situations. I think differently and I act differently, and honestly, sometimes whenever I drink around other people, I just, especially when I started drinking, I felt like I could just partake in social situations a little bit easier, that I could just kind of exist without, I mean, definitely still thinking a lot, but, you know, just kind of flowing through the situations a bit more easily and just existing, you know. Drinking all the time isn't good, and getting drunk a lot is not the situation to a man's problems, but hey, I mean, sometimes it makes life easier. And for other drugs, they also help me a little bit every now and then, but there's some things that I don't like about it, you know. Throwing up kind of sucks. Sometimes it raises some mental health lingering issues, you know. And I remember one time I got super drunk at one of my friend's places, and I just started crying on his floor. I don't remember really why I was crying, but I was just crying for some reason. It was really weird. I was just bawling my eyes out, and he had this bunk bed, and him and the other guy were at the top of the bunk bed for some reason, like in the same level, and then they heard me fucking talking, just crying to myself at the bottom of the floor, and they were like, what the fuck are you doing? And then also that night I crawled to the bathroom just to fuck with them, and then I went to the bathroom, and then for some reason, like, they came into the bathroom and they started recording me, and my pants were all the way down, and you could see my bush in the video, man. It was so fucked. It was so fucked. And then they posted to the group chat, and, you know, later on in the group chat, they fucking added a girl, and one of the guys reposted the video in the group chat. So yeah, that was weird. Okay group of guys, but just strange time. Anyways, that's that topic. And our third topic is working. You know, job. I know I should probably censor that, but it's a word. I know it's scary. I know it's tough to hear sometimes, especially for me. You know, work. I like working. There's some cool jobs, some interesting jobs, but work can be tough sometimes. I can't imagine doing a retail job. I mean, I would love to interact with people. I especially can't imagine doing like a job in like food service or like, you know, restaurant type shit. But that's that. I can imagine myself more hands-on labor, you know, working type shit. Honestly, anything that I don't have to like sit around for a long amount of time would be great, but I'm not opposed to that, I guess. But you know, I was working for a bit, you know. I actually had a job for a little while, and then they stopped calling me back, which I actually kind of liked it, but it is what it is. I guess I gotta find another job and, you know, get back to work. Yeah. Anyways, just scary, you know. I want to get a cool job. I want to fucking do something really cool and shit. I'd love to get into welding. That'd be cool. And then I also want to get my pilot's license. I want to fly. I want to be a cool pilot, you know, which is actually really a good time to talk about it, because back in the background I got me flying a jet. It's cool, right? Yeah, work. That's that topic. All right, so those are the topics. I don't really know what else to say. Guess I should talk about something else, you know? Maybe books. What I've been reading lately. I don't read much, but I have this one book about Russia during the revolution and before. It's really cool. I like history. It's really insightful. And then I have this smut book next to me that I bought a while back. I guess I could review it sometime, but I already don't read much as is. And reading smut's kind of like... I got it at Target. It was actually not that bad of a buy. I should probably read it. And I got some comics. I got Dr. Aphra, Chaos Agent. Chaos Agent. Chapter 1. And then another comic somewhere else. I don't remember what it's called. And I'm looking around my room. It's like, Jesus, so fucking dirty, dude. I'm gonna have to clean this. But yeah, anyways. that's the video. I hope you enjoyed the topics. I hope you found them very insightful, and thank you for watching. I hope you'll have an amazing day or night or whatever, and I will see you later. Bye bye.